Building self-managing teams, the shortcut to higher conversions. You might be looking at how do I increase my conversion rates in a retail store, and that can seem like a long process, but the rewards outlay the initial fear. Now let's get into it. So what we're going to share with you today is the power of getting your crew to say yes, the ability to come up with some fun with a crew that feels like they're self-managing, and more importantly, the possibilities you have when you let a team self-manage instead of micromanaging. Let's get to it. You know, one of my clients has a motto that my goal of every associate is to say yes. And the only one that gets to say no is him. And that goes all the way from the warehouse driver to the manager to the associates, the assistant manager, you name it. It's all about saying yes. Now, how can he work in that environment is because he has an absolute training program that says our goal is to always say yes and show someone something new every time they walk in the door. The only reason why he's so successful is because his teams know exactly what that expectation is. It's simple to say, it's a little bit harder to do, but they understand the game that they're playing is to show someone who is a sower something new when they walk in the door. So in Paul's case, that team can self-manage because they have two clear ideas. One, we always say yes and always show something new. From that, their employees can manage themselves. So if someone doesn't see somebody doing it, they can ask them a question. They all understand that's our goal that we're trying to get across, and they've been taught so well that they know how to do it. The manager and the associates have to have that feeling of, no, generally people are doing things right. And that frustration of, no, why didn't, all the time, kind of gets old. So the more you can get your team to self-manage, the better. I know that I had a team at South Coast Plaza, and we would go through, and everybody had a different personality, but we all were about trying to find a way that said, how can we do better? And one of the ways that I came up with, I can't even believe I'm telling you this, but it's only YouTube, so, was for the holidays, we had a really high goal, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. And so I said to the crew, here's something crazy. I bought a cowbell that my mom had given me the year before. Don't even go there. I have no idea why I had it. And I attached it to the 12-foot ceiling. We had a very tall ladder that would reach that. And I told them, anytime you had a sale over $500, you could have whoever's working right then, one of the employees, go up and ring the bell and say, your name is great. That's all it was. Simple, right? Anybody could understand that. Yeah, well, who ended up ringing the bell the most? It was me. And I was happy for it, because they took ownership of it. It was fun, it was funny. In fact, one young woman closed the sale. She said, and you want to get the socks? And I was like, oh, I don't know. He goes, if you buy the socks, I get to make my manager ring the bell. He goes, no way. And she said, yeah, and I didn't care. That spirit of fun and cooperation is what makes the difference. If we're not learning and having fun with it, it's going to feel like drudgery, and the employees and the customers are going to feel the same. The only way that happens is if the employees have enough confidence and poise to meet that customer with the same confidence, and then they can make that purchase bring them both a little bit higher, right? They can enjoy what it feels like to buy something. They can enjoy what it feels like to have somebody else treat themselves. That's really it. That confidence is what so many people in retail are lacking, because they're hiding behind their desks, their phones, their counters, whatever it is. You can tell that. They're not feeling confident in the way that they talk to people. And yeah, I've had some of those people. I went into a shirt store in Las Vegas Mall recently, and as I walked in, this young guy said, hey, did you see what we just got in? And I was like, great. And then I walked a little bit further and tried to avoid him, obviously. He goes, hey, over here we have all these shirts like yours that are 30% off. And I was like, great, like missed it on so many levels. One, I don't buy my shirts at 30% off in Las Vegas. And number two, I don't want to be shouted at as I just walked in the store. Obviously missed on, what's that first one I talked about? The greeting. The other thing that was really odd was this young man is selling luxury men's shirts. And I said, what happened to your shirt? You're not wearing one of them. And he goes, oh, I only get one and I hadn't washed it. It's like, great rapport building, right? So notice that on the most basic items, people are walking in to be human. We should be met with human. We should be met with a confidence. We should be met with a clarity of what it takes to engage your customers. If you don't have that, I think you're going to struggle. But if you do, it'll be the result of having a self-managing team. And when you have a self-managing team, that's going to lift you higher, because that means you have a bench now of people who understand what success looks like, and you'll be able to promote them and grow your brand instead of turning people over and over and over again. I'm Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. What did you like about that? Put it in comments below. More importantly, subscribe to my channel up above And down below, there's an offer. If your sales are over $1 million, you can schedule a strategy call with me, and I'll go through and talk about your training. We'll get clear on your goals and see if there might be a fit with us. And if your sales are not up to that, certainly check out my other videos. There's probably another 100 you could check out here. 3 books, my blog, everything else, all revolves around how do we make brick and mortar retail as compelling as we possibly can. You're the key to that, and thanks for watching. I'm Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc.